Good morning and welcome to your Friday morning meditation on July the 30th. So, moving into August, and I just wanted to make a note that I didn't mean to kind of rush us into August and into the end of summer, not the end of summer, by the way, with the quote that I put on our Facebook page introducing the meditation today. So if you haven't had a chance to look at that, it is August is like the Sunday of summer. So how I am going to think about that quote, and again, that quote is on Facebook and or Google in different ways with different photos. So I had the opportunity through a program that I use to search up my favorite topic or object, which is kayaks, canoes. Makes me feel really, really relaxed. So that's how I combined it with the quote. Welcome, Leah. Now, if as you're popping on, if you're able to give me a thumbs up or a hello, I know for sure. Thank you so much, Mom. I know that I am live. Facebook tricks me sometimes. It shows me people coming on, but sometimes I'm not actually live. So thank you so much. So yes, when you're thinking of that quote, August is the Sunday of summer. For me, it feels like, not that I need permission to relax, but it gets me kind of in that planning mode to think, okay, actually, have I put my feet up enough this summer? Have I been in that hammock, in that rocking chair, on the patio, on the deck enough? Have I read that book that I've wanted to read? And it gives us that chance to reflect and think, okay, well, that is what August is and can be all about. And here's the thing. If we plan our chill time, if we plan our relaxation, first of all, it's more likely that we are going to take the time to do it. We can actually enjoy it more because it is, and I'm suggesting right on your calendar, we enjoy it more, we anticipate it, and when we're in the hammock or we're sitting on the deck or whatever's going on for us in terms of relaxation, our brain is not going, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, because guess what? It's in your calendar and you actually plan this. Now, I'm not saying that you have to plan all your relaxation either. So there's a kind of an interesting balance between the two. But that's what I think about for August. So that's what I'm kind of tossing out there to all of you. And what that can also mean, good morning, Vicki. Good morning, Laura, is that when we are in the hammock, when we are sitting in our chair, our rocking chair, sitting on our deck and our patios, and we are gazing out into our yards or out in the bush, out for a walk, that we practice also mindfulness. And mindfulness is very different than, let's say, daydreaming and relaxation, and they're all important, but it's again really interesting when you know the difference and play with it. So how we can practice mindfulness out on the road, off the mat, so to speak, is when you are in your rocking chairs, when you are relaxing and taking a look out around you, is that you can play with your five senses. And I'm suggesting five senses. There's different ways that you can play with this. But what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you feeling physically in your body? What are you tasting? I think I said all of them. Oh, aromas. What are you smelling? And that is mindfulness as well. So as much as we practice mindfulness, as we follow our breath, our attention leaves our breath. We bring our attention back to our breath. This is mindfulness. But mindfulness is also being purely in the moment with all of your senses. And so you can take it on the road with you, so to speak. So this morning for our meditation practice, and as you know, for those of you that are here, because you're and watching the recording, as many of you do this week to week, which is fantastic. For today, as I'm sitting in the backyard, now also we're going to start in about a minute, but if you want to be in your backyard, because actually it got nicer, I ran out here in the last 5 minutes because the wind calmed down, the sun started to come out. So if you want to sit outside with me today, you have time to go outside with a blanket or a pillow or a sweater and join in this morning from your backyard or your deck or patio. So we're going to practice our mindfulness, what we're hearing, feeling, tasting, seeing, all of that. We're going to just notice what is arising. And we're going to notice how our mind just kind of shifts from these different senses and welcome whatever comes up. Now, the only thing I want to say is that if you are listening to something, and it could be something from my backyard, because I do have vehicles going by, I have birds, I have people moving around in the neighborhood, so it could be from me, or you can literally turn the volume down and be in your backyard with your sounds, but still be with us here. So that's kind of a cool way to do it as well. And when thoughts arise of a particular sound, okay, or an aroma, I want you to just notice that that thought has popped up. It wants to chat about your experience, and you're just going to let it go. Just let it go and come back to what you're hearing, tasting, smelling, all of that. So this will be our practice for the next little bit this morning. Again, if you want to turn the volume off and be in your own experience, go ahead. If you're popping outside, go ahead and do that. And we will get ready. Good morning, Sandra. We will get ready to settle in. So getting as comfortable as you can, as cozy as you can. Resting. Again, in this meditation as well, if you find that it helps you to stay centered, a mudra position. Now it is a little bit different as we start this meditation this morning, because when we talk about what we are seeing, I'd like you to feel comfortable to be kind of opening and closing your eyes if you want. I'd like you to play with this a little bit so that you can start with your eyes closed. And then if you'd like to open them and look around a little bit and draw some sights in, and then close your eyes again. Feel free to make this your own this morning. So I am going to start with my eyes closed, bringing my attention to my breath as the starting point, as the anchor. Just coming back to your breath every now and again as your anchor, checking in with it. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose or mouth. And always with a sense of playfulness, exploration, curiosity. Just noting that your senses are different when your eyes are closed. Sometimes you can hear different sounds. Just noting that difference between your eyes open and your eyes closed. Very different to do this meditation outside or by a window. Taking the opportunity over the course of the week. Just noticing again if you are hearing sounds that are coming in and your mind starts to chat a little bit, just let those thoughts go. And if you need to reset, come back to your breath. You may be hearing birds, or you may be hearing the wind. If you haven't played with opening your eyes again, whether you're inside or outside, just lightly opening, looking around. trying the colors and shapes and objects, contrast, patterns. Haven't noticed the aromas yet, outside or inside, flowers or oils or creams or coffee. Just noticing how one sound or aroma will draw you away from one of your senses, and you'll just kind of move from sense to sense. Just acknowledging if it's something that is positive or something that is irritating. Just with a sense of, again, interest, and let it go. Just noticing if you've played with all of your senses. What is around you, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, what you're feeling. even what you're tasting. And that's a little bit trickier. Again, the tasting is an important part of our eating and enjoying our beverages, and as we practice that, it makes us slow down and enjoy. And so when you feel content with having played with all of your senses, just slowly starting to open your eyes again if your eyes are closed. And you might notice that every time you open your eyes, there's something different. The light is different, what you look at, what catches your eye, your attention is different. And knowing again that you can play with this definitely over the course of the weekend, of the long weekend, and all of your experience. And it doesn't have to be, again, it doesn't have to be out in nature. You could have your hands in a sink of dishes and be experiencing mindfulness. But the more we do practice, the faster and the deeper we engage in these present moments. So have fun with that, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. There were lots of interesting sounds around this morning here for all of you to take in if you were able to do that. So thank you again. We'll bring our hands together. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a fantastic long weekend, and I will be putting this up on YouTube in the meditation playlist so that if you want to come back to it, it is there for you. And we'll see you in August. Bye for now.